We are live. Green lights in the lower right hand corner. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Thursday. What is it? May 27th?
Yep.
I think it's the 27th. We're coming up on Memorial Day weekend already. Yep. Where has this year gone?
It's going by fast.
It's
going by pretty fast, actually.
It's crazy how fast this year is going. Well, everybody, welcome to Jazz Katz, hosted by yours truly, Dawn Webb.
Woo.
And I am like so freaking happy to have this young man in studio with me today. He is like one of the busiest young dudes I've ever met. He's all over the place, in and out of town. I want to welcome my dear, I like to call them my musical babies. Because I'm like always adopting, these musician kids. I'm auntie to everybody. Welcome to Trenino Low. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I've been trying to track you down for a minute.
Yeah. We have. We've been trying to make this happen. And it's like we just keep missing each other or something keeps coming up.
Yeah, she's like, dinner with mom. Out of town.
Yeah, it's a
kind of thing. So I'm like, and he's here in the flesh.
Yay.
So what has been going on in your world?
Man, nothing much really. I just been trying to stay busy. Just finished my first year at Michigan State.
First year already.
Yeah, like I'm finished my freshman year. Yeah, I'm this old, just starting college.
Goodness. That is insane.
Yeah. That now I'm happy to be back in Detroit. Golly, I miss home.
Good. How did that first year go for you?
Man.
Was everything virtual for you?
Yeah, so like it was a weird year. Like the first semester was like everything was virtual. Like you couldn't. It was cool that I had friends that was like, okay, yeah, we still gonna do us and meet up and do our thing.
Right.
Other than that, like everything was virtual the whole time. Like it was pretty.
Wow. So it's no stepping foot on campus. Period.
No, I was actually living on campus. I was living in the dorms.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I was there. We was doing that, and then like it was great. But at the same time, like. It was just different. It wasn't what I wanted. I wish we could have done more, but because of the times, it was different.
Right.
But it was cool though.
Yeah, you'll make up for it.
Yeah, next year.
They
already told us next year we don't care the state of the world. Everything is going to be back to normal next year. They sent that email out right before the school year ended.
Oh, did they? Okay.
So they don't care.
Awesome.
At this point.
Okay.
I'm excited about it, but at the same time, we gonna see what happens.
Because I know I'm gonna blink and then I'm gonna look up and you're gonna be graduating.
Yeah.
So I'm
this first year went by fast, so I know the rest is about to go by even faster.
Yes, it's getting ready to be insane.
Yeah.
So I checked out your website. I love your website.
Oh, thank you.
Purple is my favorite color, as you
That's
can tell.
That's my favorite color.
Yeah, purple's my favorite color. So so I was checking out.
Shout out to Jeff Dunn. He hooked up my website. That's
Did he
dude.
Really?
Yeah, Jeff Dunn is the man.
Okay.
So like Jeff Dunn, he does a lot more than just taking pictures. He's
Jeff,
really the man.
I'm gonna be in touch with you, Jeff, for a website.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah,
like he's really the man.
The only thing I was disappointed, I thought your bio was gonna be larger than this.
Oh no!
I mean, cause you're like everywhere, playing with some of everybody.
It's about to expand. I've edited since then. I need to get the updated version, but it's still pretty short and like sweet.
Cause I'm
like
looking,
nothing too long, nothing too crazy.
Right? No, I'm looking. I'm like, okay. I know it's a lot more expansive than this, but
hopefully, I tried to think of everything. I don't really be doing much.
Oh, so now, kind of, what got you into music? Kind of, when did you start playing?
Oh, the trumpet or music in general?
Just music in general, then the trumpet.
Yeah. Okay. How did this start?
Cause see, I know most people, they may have started like in church or in elementary school.
No, I started in elementary school.
Did you? Okay. It's always toasty in here.
Oh, it's cool. It's chilly outside. I started in the 3rd grade. That's when I started music. Well, actually, like I've been a huge music person because like my grandparents, they had this huge record collection at their house.
Oh,
and
wow.
My grandfather used to be the one who would go in there and turn on the records on like a Sunday or something when they'll be cooking or whatever. He'll turn on the records. My granddaddy used to be playing all the stuff. And it's like I used to always be into music. Like I enjoyed listening to music. and then like when I got in the third grade, I think that's where it started for me. The third grade, I was at Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences. I was there. Miss Stewart was my Keisha Stewart. Well, her last name is Bowden now because she's married. Miss Keisha Bowden, that's her name now. She was my band director, and she was my music teacher. And like we used to do that, and we used to like be singing. Like she would teach us like what notes are, quarter notes, half notes, all of that stuff. And then she put a recorder in front of us in the middle of the year.
Wow.
So like I started playing the recorder. That's my first instrument.
Wow. Okay.
So me playing the record, I probably don't even remember how to play that thing. Me playing the recorder, like that was great.
So now for us non-musician folks, what is a recorder?
All right, basically it's like this little it's like a flute, basically. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little flute.
Okay.
It's like a little. It's like a pipe flute. You blow into it, you play it like this, and it's like, yeah, you gotta make it
similar to a fiddle or
no.
Okay.
It's a flute. You gotta blow into it. It's like a type of thing. You don't whistle, you just blow and it makes a sound. I can't describe it. Like I could pull up a picture and show you, but like
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's like that's most people's first instrument. So like I was doing that, and my teacher, she was so hip, and I think she was a jazz musician. I'm not sure, but she was so hip. She had us playing the blues when we was in the third grade. So like we used to like do a whole bunch of different stuff. We used to play the blues, and
third
then we would
graders
go,
playing the
and then like she used to
blues?
get us on the concert. She used to get us on the concert because we was playing the blues. She was like, y'all not supposed to be on this concert, but y'all playing the blues, so y'all about to be on these concerts. Yeah, she had us on the concert. We used to have fun with it.
Playing the blues.
Yeah, she had us playing.
What kind of issues did third graders have where they could channel the blues? I mean, other than breaking a toy or something like that.
I'm not sure, but she had us playing the blues.
Wow.
I think oh Lord, I can't remember his name. I've been trying to figure out his name for a long time. He was the other director at the school. He was the choral director at the school. And he had like a record of his own, and he could sing. He used to do stuff with the choir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was another music teacher, so him and Miss Stewart used to work together a lot. So he would come in, play the piano, play the blues. He would do something, and then or she would play the piano, and they'll play the form of a blues, and they'll tell us what to play. They'll have us playing these riffs.
Wow.
And like the day of the concert, we used to practice it. It was funny being in the room practicing. I remember this like it was yesterday. She used to be like, oh yeah, y'all about to do y'all thing. So she'll give us like little sunglasses and stuff to put on. And like we'll have to wear like white shirts with black pants and look like the cool cats or whatever.
Oh,
and then we'd be playing the blues. And it was like times where like I remember it was a whole thing. She had us like it was one side versus another side. So one side would play one thing and then the response would be on the other side.
That is
and
precious.
then like one time
is so precious.
The last concert I remember she had us like doing like moves with it. It like when one side was doing something, she had us like get on our knees and point.
Please tell me there's some video footage of this somewhere.
I have no idea. I should look because this will be like 2000 and
there's got to
be 3, 4, maybe 5.
There's got to be some video footage of that.
2003, 2004, 2005. It had to be around that time.
So you have to find some. So when you do your documentary, that can be there.
I might have to find. I have to look that up because I never thought about that until just now. Wow.
That has to be part of your documentary. When it comes out. In a few years.
Long time.
There's got to be.
Man, yeah. But that started that.
Okay.
And then like how I got into the trumpet is kind of like similar because I was in the same class. So my Miss Stewart, she used to. I know her as Miss Stewart. I'm sorry. If it's okay, I keep calling you Miss Stewart if you're watching this. But I know you as Miss Stewart. That's who you are to me.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine.
So Miss Stewart had these pictures of a whole bunch, like her like classroom be filled with music stuff, but on like certain walls it'll be like pictures of jazz musicians, and like
nice.
She had people like Coltrane up there, Miles, But the picture I used to stare at every day was a picture, like 3 pictures of Dizzy Gillespie. I used to stare at these pictures.
Okay.
So like, cause she always had the picture she had up with him playing his trumpet and his cheeks was out.
Yes.
Another picture of him sitting around a whole bunch of kids doing this, and his cheeks was out. And like it was another one when it was just him by himself, just like this, looking like he was dizzy, and his cheeks was out, like just like. And I was like, Miss Stewart, who is that? And she was like, oh, that's Dizzy. I was like, who is he? She's like, oh, he played the trumpet. That's him over there. I'm like, okay, I could tell they're the same person because the name is under it.
Right.
However, who is he? She was like, yeah, I'll show you on Thursday. So we had.
So you had to wait.
We came to class this day, and she gave everybody a book. It was like this yellow book. I don't know the name of it. But we turned, and it was a CD that went with the book, but we turned to the page, and Dizzy was on, like, the whole page. So the whole page was about Dizzy.
Now, did you guys get to keep the book with the CD?
No, we had to turn it back in the class. But, like, the book, it was just like a music book. It had, like, a whole bunch of different people in it. But, like, it was Dizzy on this page, and then, like, she played the CD that went with Dizzy. And, like, I heard him play the trumpet, and I lost my mind.
Wow.
I was like,
awesome.
what is he... What is he doing?
That is so awesome. Everybody, you are watching WJZZ Cool TV. I've got one of my babies in the studio with me, Trenino Low. You can catch us streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Like, follow, share, and comment. I'm open to feedback. And like I keep saying every week, it's coming. Music is coming. Music is coming. It's gonna happen. So just hold tight. I thank everybody for their support and their encouragement. So back to Trenino. Back to your story. I love that. That is.
Man, I'll never forget that day. Like, I lost my mind. Like, this dude was really like, and she was playing like the younger recordings of Dizzy. Like when he was with Bird. So, like, that was when he was, like, really just going off for no reason. And I was like, dog, what is happening right now? So, like, I remember at the end of that day, I told my band director, I told her, like, when I want to join band next year, and I want to play the trumpet.
Right.
And, yeah, the next year, I stuck with music, because you had to choose your electives on what you wanted to do. I chose music. So I stuck with music, and I told her, like, yeah, I want to play the trumpet. She was like, oh, you remembered that. I was like, I did. I'm not joking. So she told me to tell my mama where to rent a trumpet from. My mama rented a trumpet, and I stuck with it ever since.
Fantastic.
She just ended up buying it. She was just like, yeah, you was renting that. I just ended up buying it because you kept playing it. So.
Yeah, much cheaper. Because I think the first time I saw you play was, I want to say, at Burt's. It was on a Thursday evening. So.
That was
for the jam session, and sitting
there. That was
there,
probably after high school, because I didn't start going to Burt's until I graduated high school. Yeah, it probably
was, and kind of like in a little hallway near the stage. A lot of younger cats would just kind of stand there waiting on their turn.
Yeah, we'd be all there chilling.
And so I would, I'm sitting there facing the stage, watching the band. Out the corner of my eye, I can see this dude just, going like this. I'm like, what is going on? This dude has way too much energy. And so, and he was like, hurry up, I want to play. So when you got up on stage and played, and I'm just like, what's the story behind this young cat? So, coming seeing you all the time, and, then moving forward, I started kind of seeing you headlining at Cliff Bell's and Baker's and everything. The one time I came to Baker's, called me out. That was quite hilarious.
Yeah, I saw you. I was like, dog, you
finally made it,
I'm like, she made it. I think you came from the Dirty Dog that night.
Yeah, I was. That was
like they ended
coming
early. You was like, I'm about to go to Baker's.
No, because I had to, because I told you I was coming, so I had to keep my word. And, so after seeing you, just kind of coming back and forth to Birds, you became like one of my favorite, young cats. Because for us, like non-musicians, I can speak for myself. I may not know the name of the song, but the music is just like phenomenal, blows me away. And then it's like, okay, these little kids, I'm like, wow, how do they know about Coltrane? And, you said Dizzy, learning about him in school and things like that. Who have, other than Dizzy, who have been some of your other musical influences? I mean, I've
Oh,
seen some of the ones you listed that, that kind of, I guess, mentored you, played with,
yeah,
you
it's
know.
it's interesting. Like
Hmm.
when I was younger, I used to. It's I feel like a lot of my influences, my main
Hmm.
influences on the trumpet, are like people who are actually from Detroit, cause
Okay.
like I really
Hmm.
studied them.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
like we all gotta listen back to like the greats, but it's like, and I could list off of plenty of greats that I used to
Hmm.
listen to all the time. Like
Okay.
I died for Clifford Brown, I died for Dizzy. Like
Hmm.
not literally,
Hmm.
but like I would.
Right.
The first thing I'll wake up, I'll listen to these people like Dizzy,
Hmm.
Clifford Brown, Lee Morgan sometimes, but not as strong as Clifford
Okay.
Brown.
Hmm.
Freddie Hubbard, Miles
Hmm.
Davis. I listen to Miles a lot.
Hmm.
Uh, but like as far as my plans, like yeah, like a lot of my man, I'm like a community person. Like the
Hmm.
people who
Hmm.
are around me are the people who influence me.
Okay.
So like
Hmm.
one of the first people I really lost my mind
Hmm.
about seeing like in person like play the trumpet was Dwight Adams. Like Dwight
Oh, Dwight
is
is
a
fantastic.
monster.
Yes. Yeah, Dwight.
Dwight
Dwight
is
is
a
awesome.
monster. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, it's funny. He was my first trumpet teacher too.
Wow. Mhm.
Everybody kept telling me to take lessons with him.
Mhm.
And Marion Hayden, she's like, she's mama.
Yes.
She's how I
Yeah.
started. She's how I started playing jazz. That's a whole nother
Mhm.
story.
Mhm. Okay.
Uh, yeah. So Marion, I had asked her
Mhm.
like when I was in high school, just like my sophomore year. I was like, I was like, Miss Hayden. She was like, yeah, cause
Uh-huh.
Tariq, me and
Yeah.
Tariq went to
Mhm.
high school together.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we
Okay.
went to
Okay.
DSA. So
Mhm.
like Tariq was like
Mhm.
2 years older than me,
Mhm.
and like
Mhm.
I think this was his senior. It was his senior year. I
Okay.
was a
Mhm.
sophomore. And I had
Mhm.
Miss Hayden had came to the school, and I was like, Miss Hayden, do you know who Dwight Adams is? She was like, of course I know who that is. Like
Like
that's.
why?
She was like, yeah, I play with him quite a bit. I was
Mhm.
like, yeah,
Mhm.
everybody tell me I need to call him and get some lessons on him. She's like, yeah, that'd be
Oh
good
yeah.
for you.
Mhm.
Here,
Mhm.
I'll give you his number. I'll text it to you. Yeah, call him. So
Nice.
I got
Okay.
it.
Mhm.
I called him. I had like 2 lessons with him, and then like after that he was gone because he was always on the road. He's
Right.
always on the road with
Always.
Stevie
Yeah.
Wonder.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that was around the time he was busy. Like I
Mhm.
couldn't get in touch with him since then. But it was
Wow.
like,
Mhm.
yeah, as time went on, like I would run into him. I was like, dog, you are the truth. And I remember the first time like I heard him play
And
like on
very
an actual
modest.
gig,
Yeah,
because I
very
haven't heard him
modest.
actually
Mhm.
play. Like when I got lessons from him, I never
Mhm.
actually heard him play. Like I never heard him play when
Really?
I got
Okay.
lessons from him. I just trust what everybody told me.
Wow.
So like
Okay.
the
Mhm.
first time I heard him play was at
Mhm.
the jazz festival. He had did a trumpet summit with Marcus Belgrave. It
Mhm.
was,
Mhm.
God, who all was on that summit? It was Marcus. He led the thing.
Mhm. Okay.
And all the trumpet players on it. John Douglas, Racy Biggs, Dwight Adams, Greg Glassman,
Mhm. Wow.
and like
Okay.
2 other people. I can't remember the 2 other people.
Mhm.
However, man, I heard Dwight play.
Yeah.
I heard him play the trumpet. He he was the only, but it's crazy though. Like he was the only person I knew up there. I'm like, that looks like Dwight. And my mama was like, who
Oh,
is that?
really?
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's Dwight. She was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, that's Dwight. I'm like, yeah, because my mama hadn't met him because she was at work.
Oh, yeah.
So my
Okay.
stepdad had
Uh-huh.
took me to the lesson and he met him.
Oh, got
But my
it.
mama hadn't
Okay.
met him nor so she don't know who he is.
Wow.
So I was
Oh,
like,
excellent
Mama, that's
teacher.
Dwight. She
Yeah.
was like, yeah, he's sitting there. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's him standing right there at the end of that
Wow.
line. She
Yeah.
was like, how you know? I'm like, I know what he looks like. That's Dwight. She was like, okay. So I just stayed over there. And my mom was like, you want to stay over here? I'm like, yeah, it's all these trumpet players over here. I'm about to watch
Right.
this. So like,
Now, did you
everybody
bring your
played.
trumpet with you that day, or were you
I
just a
didn't.
spectator?
I was
Okay.
spectating. Like the
Uh-huh.
jazz
Hello?
festival. I didn't start bringing my horn with me
Hello?
on the. Oh, somebody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Who was that?
So I called in because I was trying to wait for you to finish your story, but I just wanted to share my moment when I first, excuse me, got turned on to you and your music and your talent.
Oh.
And it was at Cliff Bell. I had saw you before that, but you didn't play that night. You were just kind of doing like what Dawn said, just hanging around in the
Mhm.
wings, supporting the other players. But this particular night, Galen McKinney was right at the front of the audience, and
That's
the
Auntie.
way she was so focused, I knew something was about to happen great. And then you did your thing, and it blew me away. So that moment that you talked about, how Dizzy blew you away, you blew me away,
Oh
and I
man.
felt like I love Miles, but I never had the pleasure to see him live. So I felt like I was witnessing history of the next jazz lion
Oh
on the
man.
trumpet coming. And then as a bonus, Alan Denard happened to be in and
That's
came
my
out of
boy.
nowhere, and you brought him up, and
I was
then
about
you
to. It's
the
funny.
that's
two
another
lions
powerhouse.
It's
Yes.
got
funny you
down.
mention him. Like he's another. He's another. He's as long as aside like next to Dwight. Like if I had to say somebody was like a big influence on me, it was Alan.
Mm-hmm.
I met Alan when I was in high school, and he graduated from the same high. That's a whole story that I got to get into. Anyway, I'm gonna get
But
into it.
I'm gonna get off the line. But I just wanted to say that sincerely, man.
Man,
You are the next jazz lion. You and Alan and a few other cats, Marcus Elliott.
oh,
You
that's my
guys,
cousin.
and I'm so happy you are from Detroit. And so, just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Oh
Thank you.
man, thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you.
That's funny. Yeah, but
Wow.
like
Yeah, well, yeah, because those influences and
it's
kind
the
of let's
local
piggyback, on Alan Denard.
man.
That's another powerhouse.
That's
I
my
mean,
dude,
because
man.
he seems like when he walks into a venue, he takes over. He may just be coming in, just to come and chill, and next thing you know, he's up on stage,
That's a trumpet thing,
but
man.
blowing the roof off.
That's a trumpet
You
thing.
know,
It's a trumpet thing.
It is.
It's a trumpet thing because
Mhm.
everybody say the same thing about me. It's a trumpet thing.
Yeah, and you do. And
It's a
like I,
trumpet
like I
thing.
said, when I saw you, perform at, Burt's, and that's how I got to know a lot of you young lions.
Hmm
You know,
It's the sessions.
and yeah, and just kind of watching this evolution, from teenagers, to grown folks.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say baby. I mean, I call y'all my babies, but grown folks. And like you said, I'm like auntie. I'm like just a proud auntie.
Oh man.
If I see something, I'm like, oh, look at my baby. Headlining up at Baker's.
Oh
and,
man.
and things like that. And I love it. And I love the camaraderie of all of you guys.
Yeah.
I don't detect, any, jealousy or anything like that.
Oh,
And that's what I love, just to see, everybody kind of coming together.
yeah. We
you
all
know.
need each other at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We learn from each other. Like one of the people I really learned a lot from,
Mm-hmm.
including Alan, was Jeffrey Trent. That's my dude.
Mhm.
I love Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Like Jeffrey is literally like the person one of the people outside of my family I
Mhm.
consider like a real life brother to me.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
me and Jeffrey are like this, like
Yeah, and see,
inside and outside of music.
yeah,
Like
and then
me and him
Jeffrey,
is tight.
and then Jeffrey is another one, such a sweetheart, because I remember when he was working at Baker's,
Mhm.
and very, always very polite and everything. And one day, he took a little break, and he gets up on stage, and I'm like, okay, what is he doing up here? And he starts playing, and blew me away. And I'm like,
Yeah, Jeffrey's been.
I'm like, oh my God, So I'm like, what is your name? And he was like, oh, my name is Jeffrey, ma'am. And so he would play all the time. And one
Mhm.
day I was there, and I was Facebook living, and next thing I know, Jeff Kennedy, the drummer,
Mhm.
posts. He's like, who is that? And I'm like, Jeff, have him get in touch with me.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. So when Jeff, when he finished, and I told him, I said, well, Jeff Kennedy, I said, he's a drummer. He wants to get in touch with you. I said, I think he may want you to play on, his upcoming project. I don't know what happened from that, but he did make the connection, So like I said, it is just, I love it, when, you musicians kind of come together like that.
Absolutely.
And I just love it. But when
I mean, Detroit in general is
Mhm.
just as a community, as a music scene.
Mhm.
It's I've been other places.
Mhm.
I've traveled a lot. I've
Yes.
been playing around in other places, man.
Mhm.
It's when I say, like, everyone says there's no place like Detroit, it
Mhm.
really isn't. Like, we
Right.
really have our music community.
Mhm.
No matter what brand, what like style of music you play, it's
Mhm.
very. We're a family here, and
Yes,
like everybody looks
absolutely.
out for everybody, you know. And it's
Yeah.
like from the older generation to my generation to like the generation that's coming after mine. Like
Mhm.
it's like
Mhm.
we're all family because everybody,
Yes.
you know, it's a. You know, one of my professors,
Mhm.
mentors, teachers, Rodney Whitaker.
Oh, he's another awesome musician.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Prof
space
Whitaker.
Yeah.
He would say, like, you know, he told me, like, when I was like a couple years ago, he's
Mhm.
like, you know, Detroit is like, you know, we have a community here. It's each one teach one.
Mhm.
You know, if one
Love that.
person knows something,
Mhm.
you go back and show it to everybody else.
Yes.
And if you can't show it to if you don't show it to everybody else, you kind of
Mhm.
doing the music a disservice. And
Right.
it's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's a.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times going to concerts and things like that, when they are introducing the band, they may so from Detroit is so and so, and it's like wow.
Yeah, and we accept everybody who
Mhm.
comes here. You know,
Yes.
like my
Mhm.
pianist Sequoia, she's
Mhm.
not from Detroit. She's from DC.
Right.
So like
Yes.
she comes
Mhm.
when she came here and I
Mhm.
heard her for the first time, I was like, you need some gigs. I'm about to call you for some gigs.
Oh,
and then like I
she's
call
dynamic.
her
Yes.
I call her for one gig. I think
Mhm.
the first gig I called her for is the Ann Arbor Jazz Festival.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It was the Ann Arbor Jazz Festival
Mhm.
back in 2018, and she came in and killed it. And I was like, yeah, you're in the band now.
Yeah.
So like that's been my dude for a long.
Yeah. Now she's back, right? Didn't she go back to DC?
No, she's home. She's here.
Oh, she's here now. Okay.
She's here. Like
Okay.
she just graduated from Michigan State this past May. Earlier this month actually.
Awesome.
So like
Congratulations, Sequoia.
Yeah. Yeah, so now
Beautiful.
she's staying here for the summer.
Okay,
And
very
she's
nice.
actually about to start at Manhattan School of Music in the fall. So she's moving to New York.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Okay.
I'm like, you
Yeah.
leaving me. It's all good though.
Well,
we about to record these records. We gonna be
very
straight.
nice. Oh, okay. So everybody, you are watching WJZZ Cool TV, Jazz Cats, and I've got one of the Jazz Cats in studio with me. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Like, share, follow, and comment, please, please, please. I am pleased to have in the studio with me Trenino Low, one of my babies. I'm the younger musician's adopted auntie, so
Yeah.
I love it. Because I've got to introduce you to my little nephew Jordan.
Oh,
He plays.
He play trumpet?
He plays trumpet.
Oh, killing. Yeah.
And he played the Happy Birthday song to me back in December. Didn't know he played trumpet until then. And, and I wanted to strangle his mom. I'm like, hello, I'm here. I said I can introduce him, to some cats that's out here.
How old is he?
Doing well. He just turned 11.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yep, he just turned 11.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Yep, turned 11. So I'm going to have to make that connection happen and everything because I love, seeing, younger cats making music their career. And so they can show other younger people that you can make an honest living being a professional musician. So kind of with you going to school and when you graduate, kind of what is your goal? When you graduate, so I'm sure you're probably going for your master's afterwards.
I can't speak on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't. I was thinking about getting my master's, but it depends on how life is looking at the time. Because at this current moment, I'm trying to stay in the present and not think too much ahead.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, because next year is already gonna be a lot different. AT and Charles, he's leaving Michigan State, so like I'm about to have a whole new trumpet teacher.
Okay.
And like next year's just gonna be different in general. So, but I don't know. I know I'm not gonna stay in Detroit for long when I graduate. I'm not gonna be here afterwards. I may come back, but for me to get where I need to get to,
yes,
I need to leave.
So where am I gonna have to travel to come and visit?
It depends. Somewhere on the East Coast, maybe even in the Midwest, like probably like New York, Philly, Baltimore, or even in or like if I stay in the Midwest, the only other place I'll stay in the Midwest I gotta travel to the other places, but right now the
Right.
only place that got my attention is Chicago.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That or
Got some musician friends in Chicago I can connect you to.
yeah,
So.
I love Chicago. That's one of
Mhm.
my favorite places to be. I've played in Chicago like a couple times,
Oh,
and I
nice.
know a lot of the
Okay.
cats out there,
Mhm.
and they're all beautiful people.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's some other people
Mhm.
I know as well. And other than that, like I don't know where I'll be.
Okay.
I don't know where I'll be because I don't know what my life gonna look like at the time.
Right.
So
I mean, no, none of us do,
yeah,
but I'll have to come and visit, whatever city you're in, because I know,
Absolutely.
your name is going to be up in lights anyway.
oh man,
So
we'll try. I'm trying to make it happen.
it's just gonna happen.
working.
No, it's just gonna happen.
working
I'm
for
gonna
it.
be there. He knows me. He knows me. Trenino, it's Auntie Dawn.
I'm gonna point you. I'm just like, oh, Don's here.
Yeah. You're gonna put me on blast. Like
I'm not
you
gonna put you
always
on
do.
blast. I ain't gonna put you on blast.
Like you always
I'm not
do.
gonna put you on blast. Not this. Not later. Not later.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
gonna be like,
yeah.
Oh, look, it's Don.
Right. So now that we're kind of coming out of COVID,
Yeah.
thank goodness, everything was kind of shut down last year. What can we expect from Trenino moving forward?
As of right now, I'm trying to book some more gigs with my quartet.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, hey, I haven't really been saying much about this, but like I'm pretty sure you've been seeing it on social media, the candlelit jazz concerts,
Yes.
the Fever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been doing those. That's been me and my group doing that. We've been doing those since the beginning.
Really?
Yeah,
How did I not know about that?
I haven't said much about it to anybody.
Why not?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, come on. No. You
Yeah.
cannot be that humble, where
I
you
haven't-
don't share where you're performing.
Yeah, I need to start. I need to
Mhm.
get back to doing it again, cause I gotta get out of my head of like, oh, we're doing these, but I can't. Like, I gotta start promoting everything that I'm doing instead of just
Yes,
what
you
I'm
have
doing with
to.
my group.
Oh my goodness. See, I'm going to beat you after this.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I know. I haven't said much to anybody about it. We just did a show last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do stuff. We gonna be doing a lot of those throughout the summer. Other than
Okay.
that, my quartet is going into the studio in a couple weeks. I've been
Very
looking forward
nice.
to this for a long time.
Okay. Good.
Well, my plan at least, we gonna go record this first record. We gonna do all the old music that we've been playing, but like all the new stuff, cause we gonna be doing a lot of stuff over the summer. I want to go back in the studio again, like probably like in August, and record another record.
Okay.
So like
good,
the plan is the first one though is gonna be. I plan on having that out by like either the end of the year, or like top of next year. We'll see how it goes.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, keep me posted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone would be posted about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Other than that, like I'm just trying to book some shows where it's just the quartet playing and we're like doing like a whole bunch of shows. Like I'm trying to do more stuff, and it's interesting. Like I'm trying to do more stuff outside of here, outside of Detroit now.
Yes.
Cause like it's weird. Like not a lot of places in Detroit are like really booking that frequently.
Yeah, I know.
And it's kind of weird because COVID kind of switched up everything.
Yeah, it has. And I'm happy to see that, a lot of places kind of outside of Detroit are receptive.
Yeah, hopefully.
And open, but Detroit, we got to do better. We got the Jazz Festival coming up, and I see the application process is open.
It is.
So,
I'm thinking about applying.
Okay.
I'm considering it.
You're going to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it. No, I mean,
yes, you're gonna do it. Hopefully it'll be outside this year. I know it's still kind of up in the air.
I feel like by the time the Jazz Festival comes around, it's going to be back to
good?
normal.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be back to normal because
Good.
you already see the governor already said July 1st all
that's
bets
true.
are off. So
Right, exactly.
yeah,
because
the
last
festival's
year
going to be normal.
Yeah, because last year's Jazz Festival it was so strange.
Yeah, just like watching it instead of
Yeah.
actually being there.
Yeah, because I was there with Galen and pretty much we were sequestered at the hotel and
a lot of my friends played. Jonathan had played with like a couple people.
Right, and kind of hanging out in the lobby. There's nobody. That's where, you would see everybody. Oh, get to meet this person, that person. The
That's
jam
the word part
session.
about it.
The jam session didn't happen, and so being able to kind of go in and watch the performance, but you couldn't say a thing. you know, you had to be quiet as a church mouse. And, you know, so it kind of took away from it. I mean, I think they had some decent viewership, but it just wasn't.
I was watching for sure.
Yeah, you know, but it wasn't, you know,
it's not the same.
Right, exactly, with being there, you know, in person and things like that. So hopefully, you know, if it comes back this year, you know, I'll be there.
It'll be great. It will be great to like be on that stage, like outside in one of them stages. With the quartet, man.
So see, that's why you got to submit the application.
I will.
And then make it happen.
I will. Hopefully, Chris Collins, you're getting put on the spot.
Yes, Chris Collins. Yeah, book these young cats, Chris. Come on, you know you can do it. Come on, Chris.
Yeah, so. You're getting put on the spot. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'm trying to book some more stuff like out of state. Currently working on getting some shows in Chicago. Getting some shows in Wisconsin, and also getting some shows in Baltimore because I'm out there all the time.
Okay. Good.
Like my lady, she lives in Maryland, so like that's why I'm always out there. So like I will go out there. And, like, I got myself pretty immersed in the music scene out there.
Oh, fantastic.
And I know a lot of people, and, like, I know a lot of venues. People got my info. It's like, yeah, if you want to bring a group, let us know. So now I'm ready to bring a group. So
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just me. Like, I just feel like it's time to, like, do more stuff outside of Detroit.
Have you looked into Nashville?
I haven't.
Because I know they are, like, booming like crazy on the music scene.
It's a lot of spots that I don't know about because like I haven't been there myself. So like it's like, you know, Tennessee, Philadelphia. I want to go to those two places. Texas, 3 spots in Texas.
Hot. Yeah, Philly's pretty hot.
Yeah, those 3 places like. Oh yeah, in New Orleans. I haven't been to New Orleans yet.
Speaking of New Orleans, I think that's where Dee Dee Bridgewater lives. In New Orleans, and today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Dee Dee Bridgewater, along with another fantastic musician, Ramsey Lewis, and Detroit's own Spencer Barfield. So today, we got some powerful.
It's funny. I was supposed to right when COVID hit, we had a gig, but he called me for a hit. We had rehearsal and everything, and COVID hit and shut the gig down. I was about to, that was going to be one for the books.
Are you going to revisit that one?
I hope so. It's up to him. It's not up to me. It's up to him. Man, we want to do it. We want to do it again.
Right. See, we're putting it out in the universe.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
We have to make it happen. So kind of skimming your bio. You played with some heavy hitters. Oh man, Russell Hall, I love him.
Yeah, I miss Russell so much.
Plays with Emmett Cohen, I love him.
I gotta go back to New York. I have to go. I was just talking to Kyle 2 nights ago. I called him and I was like, bro, I miss New York so much. He was like, why haven't you moved here yet? I was like, I just started school, bro. He was like, you did? Really? I was like, yeah, like that was like my freshman year. He was like, really? So you ain't been in school this whole time? No. Right. He was like, oh, man. Well, yeah, go do what you got to do, man.
Marion Hayden, Wendell Harrison.
Oh, man.
Terry Lynn Carrington. Oh, and the list goes on and on and on. Man. And it's like, wow, not a baby anymore. Nah. You know. So, yeah, how
saved my life.
Right. Oh, did he really?
He saved my life.
Oh, what happened with that situation?
Man, Wendell was the first person to tell me that I'm not playing what I'm supposed to be playing. He was the first person to really tell me. Man, he had called me for a gig, and he like basically like in rehearsal because he from the old school. Like,
yes, he is.
He studied with Barry Harris. He studied with like all the greats from Detroit before they moved. Yeah. So, like, you know, him, Charles McPherson, Donald Walden, they all in the class together. Right. So, like, Wendell was, like, we had that rehearsal, and we was playing this bird tune, and he was, like, everybody was soloing, and everybody was doing their thing, and it got to me, and he told me to solo, I was playing, and he stopped the whole rehearsal. He was like, stop.
No.
I can't say exactly what he said, but he just like, boy, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. I'm like, what you mean, what I'm doing? He was like, you ain't playing nothing. That ain't what he said, but.
I'm sure.
He's like, you ain't playing.
Yes.
You ain't playing nothing. You need some language. I was like, I need some what? You need some language.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Wait. And he kind of had me at a place where like I had to reevaluate everything I was doing because I thought I was doing fine. And I was feeling good about myself and like the stuff I was doing.
Yeah.
And then like he just got on me. It was just like, I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing wrong? And then he's like, you need to hang out with like Kassan. You need to hang out with like Benny. Or hang out with them and check out what they playing, man. Because they playing the language. You ain't playing the language.
Wow.
So then it was like, I was sitting on that.
Kind of deflated for a minute.
Yeah, like, I was just like, am I not? I still wanted to play. I was still hanging out.
Yes.
But, like, I was trying to figure out. Because I was talking to all my big homies about that. I was like, okay, Wendell said I'm not playing nothing. What am I not doing? And, like, nobody could tell me straight what I was not doing. If they was telling me straight what I wasn't doing, I wasn't understanding.
Right.
It took one night, like, one night with me. One night I was up listening to Clifford Brown, and he was just playing. And I was like, man, that's the stuff I want to be doing. Why am I not doing that? Wait a second. Revelation. Okay, so you're telling me that people keep telling me to check out records and transcribe these people for the purpose of gaining language and not just to listen and transcribe them and sound like them. So that's what they was telling me to do. Oh, yeah, I'm about to share now. And then
that aha moment.
It was like, it clicked that night. I was just up. And I was just losing my mind listening to Clifford Brown. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. Wait,
exactly. Yes, and no, because with Wendell, I love his honesty because several years ago, Ralph had made the introduction, and I was just kind of really getting into, the booking side of music, and so I had a website at the time, and so he and I were talking, and he was like, nobody's ever gonna come and work with you. Because I had pictures of like smooth jazz artists. So he was like, if you really want to be taken seriously in this business, he said, never post any smooth jazz artists on your page. He said, I don't care if you're working with them, representing them. He said, but if you want to work with the likes of me and other jazz musicians, you've got to tighten that up.
That makes sense.
And
it makes total sense.
Yeah, so of course, kind of felt like a blow at the time he said it to me. But after I kind of sat back and thought about it, kind of had an epiphany, it's like, okay, if I want to, try to work with Pharoah Sanders, I can't have this smooth jazz music, that kind of stuff. So, and I took that to heart, and I still carry that thought with me. Today, like I said, I was a little offended in the very beginning.
Right.
But after I sat back and kind of looked at his record, and the length of time he's been in, I'm like, he's not telling me wrong.
He's not saying nothing. And Wendell, I love him because, like, he's not saying it just to be, like, a butthole. He says it. Everything he says is because he cares.
Yes.
And, like, he wants to see everybody be great or successful.
Very much so.
And it's like, I knew that when he was talking to me because Wendell kind of took me under his wing for a while after that and was like, yeah, man, you gotta get that. He's like, this is what you need. And he's like, but he ain't like just say like, yeah, you ain't playing nothing and left me to dry. Like, he legit like told me to come over his house every week. He'll give me lessons. He'll show me some stuff. He really helped me. Like, so like it really he really helped me. He really helped me get it together. So then when the time I didn't think I had it together, but he told me I had it together. He was like, you got it now. You got it.
So what made you think you didn't have it together? Was it not sounding right to you?
No, it wasn't even that.
Feeling?
It was feeling good. I was playing, but it was just like I still feel like there's always room for improvement. But he like, nah, you got language now, boy. Yeah, I could call you for some gigs now. And then he just started calling me to do a whole bunch of gigs, recording sessions. Like, I love Wendell. I need to go over there and visit him. Since I'm back home now.
Yeah, because I had Pam. She was my guest in studio last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was fantastic.
She another one. And it's funny. I've been knowing Pam and Wendell since I was in middle school.
Wow.
They used to come into my. I don't know if you saw, Pam posted a picture of me and Lewis back when we was in middle school.
Yep,
like,
I just
she posted
saw that
the other day.
Yeah, I just saw that. I think it was yesterday.
Yep, she posted that, and like she posted that yesterday.
I'm
Lewis
like,
was playing.
God, I'm like, look at the little baby.
Yeah, Lewis was playing saxophone. That was when Lewis used to play saxophone.
Yeah, and that was kind of weird. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Lewis. When I met Lewis, me and Lewis, me, Lewis, and Tony Stanford, Anthony Stanford. He a bass player.
Okay.
We go back since middle school.
Wow.
Tony and I graduated middle school and high school together. And Lewis, we went to middle school and high school together. So like it's just like it's a lot of, I went to middle school and high school with a lot of other cats like Xavier and Rodney Bonner.
Wow. Okay.
It was and that's the thing. I feel like I'm fortunate to come up in the time that I did because it's a lot of us that was actually serious about playing jazz.
Yes.
And it's like it was, it's funny. I was talking to George Davison and even Galen. She tells us like, it's been a while since it was like a lot of y'all. I was like, what you mean? It was like, it's like a wave of like young cats, and it hasn't. We'll get like a few that come in, but it's not like as much as it is now. It wasn't a lot of y'all for a long time.
So why do
it's
you
great
think
to
that
see
is?
that it's a lot of y'all.
So why do you think that is? I mean, because I know they've taken out music, at a lot of schools. And replaced it with absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's a thing I'm very upset about.
Which is, which is so heartbreaking because that's a lot of times that's kind of the, I guess, meal ticket for a lot of students. To get scholarships to go to college. A lot of times they could be the first person in their entire family that has the opportunity to, to pursue higher education. In terms of, I know it's heartbreaking, and I know the school you went to, but had that not been the case, do you think you still would kind of still be on this road to becoming a professional musician if that's the road you're taking?
To be honest, I have no idea.
Okay.
I would, cause I have like just a strong love for music in general. Like, and it was just like, if I'm not like playing music, like I love listening to music. I'm a listener. I was a listener before I was anything else.
Yes.
Like I could really just sit down and just listen to music and really just listen. Like I could sing whole like solos back. I may not be able to play it on the horn, but I can sing it all back to you. Like, okay, this is what's happening. Like I feel like it's a lot of things that play a role into this. Education is one thing.
Yes.
Like schools. The private band programs and like stuff like that because I met Pam and Wendell when I started. Pam, Wendell, Marion, Ralph. I met all of them when I was in middle school. Galen.
Yes.
I met all of them when I was in middle school, and like they were Glenn Tucker, Ingrid Racine, Ben Ralston,
Wow.
Jesse Kramer. So, like, it's two things. Wendell had his thing where he used to go to schools and with his groups and play. But then Marion, she used to bring down every Friday at my middle school, Duke Ellington Conservatory for Music and Arts, right over there on East Outer Drive in Gratiot. She used to bring down students from U of M, and they used to come work with us every Friday. And Pam and Wendell used to come down, and they'll do stuff with us like throughout the school year, probably like 2-3 times throughout the whole school year.
Wow, very nice.
And it's just like a matter of like, yeah, man. It's like that stuff. Like I wouldn't have got those experiences or got exposed to jazz had I not been in school.
Yes.
And like it wasn't like my grandparents was like playing like. My grandparents, like, getting older and looking through their record collection, like, I saw they had, like, some, like, Charlie Parker, Dizzy, whole bunch of other stuff coming in. Okay. But, like, I never, like, known, like, what all of that meant, But then, like, at the same time, too, like, I feel like it's school, and I feel like it's just the exposure to the music in general. Meaning, like, the music not in radios, not on the radio. The music doesn't have, the like club scene for music, like the live music venues. It's not a lot of them.
No, it's not. And that's another heartbreaking
venues. And like those are the main two things I feel like will be exposing people to the music, or even like just man, it's a lot. It's a red light. I don't know what that means.
We're still recording. Green light over there.
Okay.
So that lets me know it's almost time to wrap up.
Okay.
But no, I just want to thank you. Still got some time. But before we finish,
Uh-huh.
I have to mention the Backyard Boogie that's coming up this Sunday from 3 to 9.
What's that?
The Backyard Boogie, it takes place right here on the property. There's some space outside. And, yep, it's 3 to 9 on Sunday. It's a free party and concert. Free food, open grill, adults only. BYOB. Bring a chair, bring a cooler, drink responsibly. You know, because the cops are everywhere already.
Yeah, they
so
are.
that's coming up this Sunday, May 30th, from 3 to 9. And gosh, I am just like a little kid in a candy store. I'm talking to one of my babies, Trenino. So, what advice would you have for the younger musicians coming up behind you? Stick with it. Pursue.
Ain't even just stick with it.
Love it, hate it, leave it. What advice?
This isn't even just music. This is just life in general. Stay true to yourself. If you don't know who you are, figure that out, because that all is going to come out through the music if you want to keep playing music. Or just anything that you do in general. You know, do what your heart tells you and be happy with what you're doing, because there's nothing more satisfying than doing what you love or doing what you want to do in life.
Right.
And also just, you know, stay disciplined and stay passionate about what it is that you want to do. And if people try to tell you that what you're doing isn't going to be worth it in life, or if they don't see the vision, it's not there. It's not. If they don't see the vision you have for yourself, it's okay that they don't see it. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, and you got to do what you want to do. You got to do what you want to do. Like, for me, like, everybody, like, family and stuff like that, they didn't think I would, like, be successful as a musician because they didn't feel like it was no money in music. And it's a lot of money to be made in music. It's a lot.
Right, it is.
And I've been making a lot of money. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I've been doing good.
Your own horn.
I've been doing good. I feel like I've been doing good. So, like, you know.
Toot your own horn, because nobody else is going to do it for you.
Exactly.
So.
But, like, yeah, just stay true to who you are, and just, trust the vision, trust God, and trust the vision that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's really it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and then one thing that I've learned, you know, kind of being on the business side of the music business, had an opportunity to have dinner with Ralph and Stanley Clark, and a couple years ago, and you know, we were talking and everything. I had the pleasure of meeting him a few years prior. And and I did ask him, you know, what piece of advice would he give, you know, to younger musicians or just musicians in general. And his thing was very wholeheartedly own your masters. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And you know, because he said, look, so many people have just been screwed.
Yeah.
You know, by, you know, giving that up, you know, and so that's kind of that one takeaway, you know, that I took from that meeting, you know, breaking bread with he and Ralph, you know. And another thing that I've learned from Ralph, you know, is taking care of your finances. First and foremost, make sure you calculate everything when you get home. You know, if you're selling CDs, okay, figure out, you know, what the venues paid you, and you know how many CDs you sold, tracking your money like that. And he is like a stickler with that, you know, because he told me a story about his mom banging on the table, you know, telling him you better keep up with your finances. And so I've spoken to so many, you know, musicians. I mean, they don't know what they're bringing home, you know, from a 3-day gig or something. You know, they just don't have a clue.
All of that is tracked on my end. I keep up with my money. I don't play about that. I'm from the east side, so like we don't play about that. I don't play about that.
Hey, I'm from the west side. We don't play that either.
Exactly.
You know,
we don't play about, at least we don't play about our money. At least my family, we don't play about our money. Like, so I learned that like early on.
Right. So that's a beautiful thing. Well, I am so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, Because I'm like, I still can't believe, you know, the year is down already.
Yeah.
You know, that.
Oh, one thing.
Yeah.
I could. It's okay if I shout out where I'm at.
Go
next?
right ahead.
All right, cool.
No.
So like, I'm gonna be at. The only gig I have in the book so far. I'm trying to change that. We are doing any candlelit Masonic gig. Masonic Temple. Candlelit jazz concert. That's us. So we got some shows in June, July, and August. And like I will be at the Dirty Dog again this summer.
Yay.
For we did 2 days last time. Now we get a whole weekend, thank God.
Beautiful. Now when is that gonna be?
That's August 11th through the 14th. Okay. So that will
Very
be
good.
Yep, that Wednesday through Saturday. I'm really looking forward to that.
And the Masonic Temple gig, what are those dates?
Oh Lord, that's a lot of dates.
If not, you know what? Share them
it's
with
on
me.
It's on the website.
Okay.
It's on Fever Up Detroit's website.
Okay.
So like if you go in there, you'll see all the shows that they have, because it's not just jazz. They do a whole bunch of stuff, and all the shows are phenomenal.
Okay. Well, Trenino, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking some time out to come and hang with me on Jazz Katz on WJZZ Cool
Thank you
TV.
for bringing me on.
You are welcome. Like, follow, share, and comment.
Thank you for your support.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
people like you that keep us going.
Yes,
seriously.
whenever I can get out to support, you know, live music, jazz in particular.
That's another thing we need.
I'm
we need
there.
more supporters.
Yes, so support. I'll put those dates on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages. As soon as I get flyers from him, call and make reservations for the Dirty Dog.
Yeah. To
come and support.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna want to miss that. We gonna be on fire by then.
Because like Ralph always say, at least they not out stealing your hubcaps. So please support the arts. You know, live music. Support my babies. And this has been awesome.
Yeah, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. Thank you again.
Yeah, so when your new record comes out, you're gonna have to come in and bring some of the.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring it. You're gonna have a copy
and bring
for sure.
some of the cats with you.
Oh yeah,
we can come and hang out.
Hey, I'll bring the whole band in if you like. We can make that happen anytime.
Yeah, we can hang out and I'll get a chance to kick it with some of the other babies.
Yeah, man. We all could come in. I could make that happen anytime.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.